Welcome back, everybody. It's Natalie, Hotshot Adventures. So today we're going to go over the cons of car hauling. Again, disclaimer, this is just my opinion. These are my thoughts. These are my cons. Some things that may be on my cons list, maybe somebody else, another car hauler's pro. You know, you never know. This again is just kind of geared towards the newbie, maybe towards somebody who's looking at purchasing equipment, not sure what they should purchase, whether they want to go after cars or not, things like that. So right now I will say I did purchase a trailer with ramps so I could haul cars, but wood deck so that I could haul freight. I did not purchase a wedge. I did not want to be strictly a car hauler. So I went after I made sure and purchased equipment that was going to give me flexibility. And I'm very grateful that I did. Right now with this health stuff going around, nobody's buying cars. Nobody's buying cars. Manufacturers are not really making cars right now. And you know, there are still cars being moved. I can still jump on Central Dispatch and book cars. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that the rates have decreased, right? And the amount of cars has also decreased. I'm not saying no cars are being moved. Cars are still being moved. But in the not the same numbers that we were seeing a few months ago, you know, just not going to happen. And all those big sales for the summer, 4th of July, all that stuff, you're not going to see. You might see a small bump, but it's not going to be like years past because of this health stuff that's going around. So I personally am very grateful that I purchased a trailer that gave me flexibility and versatility so that I can haul all different kinds of stuff, and I'm very grateful for that. And I'm very you know, concerned for a lot of car haulers. I have some friends that are car haulers, and you know, I'm talking to them, they're like, dang, Natalie, you know, it's tough, or you know what, I'm gonna only work 3 days this week, or I'm shutting it down. You know, if owner operators can't afford to stay home a week or two, some are doing it, you know, or some are doing it until longer than a week or two. But if you can't just stop working, you know, then you'll probably see a decrease, not just when it comes to cars, but when it comes to cars, freight, everything across the board, you'll see a decrease in your rates. And that's what I saw on my last return trip was, man, you know, I really had to put things together and ran around a lot more, racked up miles because you know, I was trying to chase a number, and it was very difficult for me to pair together what I paired together to get home my last week running. So anyways, back to the cons list. Let's go back to the cons list. Number one top thing is on my list is claims for damage and or theft. So any owner operator is going to want to keep all claims away from getting on their insurance. We don't want any claims. That's, you know, that's the goal, but you know, claims are going to happen eventually. So you're either going to pay out of pocket or you're going to keep a lawyer on retainer, because there are people and businesses out there who will try to take advantage of the situation. You go to haul a car, you're not a mechanic. You don't know if, you know, the heads are blown or there's a crack in the exhaust manifold already. You don't know those things. And so, you know, but once that you drop that car off at destination, somebody may say, hey, you know, I've got a cracked exhaust manifold here, and it wasn't there, you know, when I gave you this car. You know what? It's crazy. And whether it's true or whether it's not true, you know, our job is to transport the vehicle, right, from point A to point B safely. And I couldn't tell you. I'm not a mechanic. I don't crawl under any car that I haul. You know, I look under the bumpers, and I do my best inspections. I take a lot of pictures. I notate things even if I think they're so small. But, you know, in order to keep a claim off of your insurance, some people will try and take advantage, you know, of that. They know you don't want to claim on your insurance. So what's something small? You know, the cost to repair a vehicle is expensive, right? So what if somebody claims $800 of damage on their vehicle? Are you going to pay that? What if they claim $1,400 of damage on their vehicle? Are you going to pay that? What if they claim $2,500 damage on their vehicle? Are you going to pay that in order to keep that claim from going on your record? So you're either going to pay out of pocket, you're going to get a lawyer, go to small claims court, or you're going to pay the deductible on your insurance. And then that's not the problem, is paying the deductible. The problem is the claim will follow you for quite some time, will follow your company for quite some time. And you rack up enough claims, and you know, you won't be able to have insurance anymore. Nobody will want to insure you because you'll be too risky. So it can be a lot of money in order to keep a small damage claim from becoming a claim. The other thing that it's like probably my number one con, loading and offloading liability. Okay, most of the time you get to a shipper, they're going to hand you a set of keys and say the car is over there in that back lot somewhere, and you're just expected to go find it, do what you got to do, take the car and go, right? What if you have a dead battery? You better go jump it. What if it's out of fuel? You better get some fuel on you. What if it's running hot? Shit, you better load that sucker fast. What if it leaks a bunch of nasty fluid on your trailer? Well, I hope you have a good cleaner and you can clean it when you get home, because that's not, you know, nobody's going to clean it for you. As car haulers, we assume the responsibility for loading and unloading the vehicle. Unless it's coming off of an auction and they fork it onto your trailer, 9 times out of 10, the car hauler is going to grab the keys, grab the car, put it on their trailer, and the same thing at delivery. Now, if you guys have not seen my boom truck lift fail video, just think about that, okay? With freight, they load and they unload, right? They'll load it, they'll place it where you want the freight placed on your trailer, and they will unload it. On that boom truck lift fail video, what if it had been me? You know, what if it had been me having to load or unload that CNC machine? I mean, look at that, claim would have been mine, but it wasn't. It was the boom truck company's claim, because it was their responsibility to get it off my trailer and into the receiver's garage or whatever, without any issues. So what would happen if a ramp fails when you're backing off your trailer and you're halfway off the ramp? That's your problem, right? What if a rock cracks the windshield and they cite you for the damage, as if you were pretending to pitch for the World Series and using the windshield as your faux catcher, right? Rocks happen. How should we as transport companies be held responsible? If a rock hits my windshield on my truck while I'm en route to a delivery, I don't hold the shipper responsible because I had their car on my trailer when a rock hit my windshield, right or wrong? It's not their problem that I was on that road when that rock hit my windshield. It's what happens? You know, windshields crack. But if a rock hits a windshield on a car that's on my trailer while in transit, bet your butt I'm gonna have to pay for that windshield. That's just what's gonna happen. So, another con to, well, maybe a con, you know, if you have a 2 to 3 car hauler, you're most likely to carry $100,000 cargo insurance, right? If you have a 5-car mini or a 4-car wedge, something more than 2 to 3 vehicles, you're most likely gonna have to get a higher cargo insurance, a higher dollar amount of cargo insurance. So that's a higher amount of insurance costs more money, right? And that's, you know, neither here nor there. That's cost of doing business. If you can haul 5 cars, then if you wreck all of them and it's a total loss, then you want to have enough insurance in order to cover all 5 cars on your trailer at that time. So it's both a pro and a con, in my opinion. Another again, my opinion, but brokers seem to be a little bit short at times with cars, car brokers, I should say. The margins, from what I've seen, tend to be a lot smaller with car brokers as opposed to freight. So, and a lot of car brokers get, I think, a lot more canceled loads. Less room for negotiation when it comes to wiggle room on the price to transport the vehicle. Now, there are tons of, you know, different scenarios which may get you more money, but I would say always ask. If you're booking cars or freight, doesn't matter, always ask for a little bit more. You know, the car's posted for $500, say, you know what, can you do $550? But I find that vehicles, cars, trucks, whatever, they just pay less, you know, they just pay a lot less than freight. Cars which need special attention or need to be somewhere by X date or time, and so there is wiggle room for a rate increase, right? But I mean, generally speaking, cars probably pay half, from what I can say from running and from booking both freight and cars. Cars probably pay half of what freight pays for the same amount of space and weight. Half or less, really. Okay, and then con number 8, if you're not hauling interesting or rare, cool, classic, whatever types of cars are kind of boring for me, you know, kind of boring. You haul the same Corollas, Camrys, everyday drivers, you know, those are the meat and potatoes for open deck, open trailer car hauling, you know, just regular people cars. And for me, it's a little boring. That's just my opinion. Con number 9, auctions and ports, some, you know, specialty places like that have limited hours and availability, days, stuff like that. So it's number 10, some private parties get very nervous or anxious when you go to pick up their vehicle. They don't want to release their baby car to you. They don't know who you are, you know, and you have to take time to reassure them, hey, you know, I'm not new. I know how to do this. Yes, you can watch if you want, you know. And number 11, it's actually kind of a big one for me, ticks me off a lot. Dry runs, you guys. If you are a car hauler, if you don't have a rate con that says we will pay you a dry run, or a dry run will be honored, then 9 times out of 10 you're not going to get any money. So you confirm, you book a load, you book a car, you get your dispatch, you know, you confirm, you call the origin, confirm that the vehicle's ready, You get to the pickup, something goes wrong. You know, that's not even in your control. And for whatever reason, doesn't have to do with you. And I still sent an invoice, you know, 50 bucks, 100 bucks. I mean, something for my time and my efforts in attempting to move this vehicle. And no, didn't get anything out of it. So those are that's my basic list of cons, you guys. I'm gonna do another quick series, probably a 2 or 3 part video series on freight, pros and cons of freight. And we will go over that and give you guys some other stuff to think about. So hope everybody's staying healthy, staying safe, and staying tuned. Take care.